I was going to talk about a particular story in the show today because by itself, it's horrible. And it has to do with the fact that a Reno hospital has such an overflowing number of COVID patients that they had to convert one of their parking garages into effectively a hospital for him. That was why I was going to cover it. And then I started watching news coverage of this overflow capacity, and it got even worse than that. Take a look at this video. This is CNN talking with a doctor, Jacob Keeperman, about that hospital's emergency efforts.
Your worst day?
So, my worst day this pandemic was actually the day I posted the tweet thanking my teammates. I had just finished a 7-day stretch in the intensive care unit. There had been patient after patient after patient who was not surviving this illness.
The tweet he sent was a simple selfie showing off their new COVID-19 wing. That wing set up in the hospital parking garage. That fact seemed to set President Trump off, who retweeted a tweet calling it fake and a scam. That unleashed the Twitter trolls.
I was sad and devastated, and I was angry.
Devastated and angry because all of the hard work being done by his colleagues inside this parking garage hospital every single day.
So yeah, I was gonna cover it because the idea that in America we would have to convert a parking structure, which is made for keeping your car there and maybe emergency urination, we're turning that into a hospital, was bad enough. But the fact that the president of the United States, who this might be the only engagement that he's had with the pandemic for several days, is to say that that is fake and it doesn't exist. That's just madness, Sabrina.
I just don't even understand why he would accuse that particular one of being fake. Like if you were going to stage something, why would you choose I'm assuming like a not very well ventilated parking garage, like unless they absolutely had to. And so for, as soon as Trump tweets about something like that, like of course the, trolls and, the firm believers in him are gonna come after you. Like that poor doctor.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the quick answer, why would he focus on it? Because he doesn't care. Like he retweets any random person. He doesn't care. Like, and we already know that there have been people, maskless people, who've been trying to break into hospitals to show that all of these ICUs are empty because they believe that it doesn't actually exist. This is 100% inspiring more people to do that. Throwing gasoline on the fire of these conspiracy theories that the pandemic doesn't exist, people actually aren't hospitalized, the deaths are fake. And he's doing that. Well, look, just on the off chance that you wear a red hat and you're watching this right now, let's play a little bit more of the video so that you can see that it does actually exist. And then it goes to an even darker place.
And so here we are on floor G of the parking garage.
It was scary. We don't expect to go to work and be working out of a parking garage. We've made it a hospital. So we don't even consider it a garage anymore.
Did you ever think that in America they would have to treat people in a parking lot?
I apologize for what I'm going to say. When they start building this, I laugh.
So really fast. So you can go see the full interview if you want. So that woman had been, sort of involved in the transition to it being that, and thought that it was like a joke basically. So then she later got sick and she is now being treated in it. And then her husband got sick and he's 4 parking spaces down from her. They're both hospitalized with COVID. 4 parking spaces in America down, being treated for a fatal illness.
Yeah, I feel like some people just aren't going to care or take it seriously not even until they get it, but if they get it and their symptoms are actually bad. It's almost scary when some of those non-believer people do get it and then they overcome it and then they're like, oh, well, it's not a big deal. Whatever, I'm not gonna wear a mask. I beat it once, it's fine. And it's like, okay, you're fine. I don't care about you. It's about the people who aren't going to be fine.
Exactly, yeah. And so that nurse that we showed, like they're dealing with these people who end up being hospitalized and still don't believe that it's real. And so you talked about the people that like are lucky enough to survive it, and then they sort of, in their mind, it's confirmed that it's not serious. Well, unfortunately, like that's Rudy Giuliani and that's Donald Trump. And that's all these boneheaded Republicans that were as protected as any human could be, but still didn't take it seriously. And so against all odds, they actually got the disease, and now they believe that it's not a big deal. And so Trump has gone around the country doing these rallies, telling people that you get to survive it and they've got awesome antibodies and it'll be totally fine. Well, tell that to the 3,000 families a day that are losing people. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.